Well, that was the Flaming Lips, and as you can see, we have Bernard O'Shea and Professor Luke O'Neill. Stop! Bernard, what do you think? I mean, is it comfortable in there?
It's kind of comfortable if you didn't break wind. But apart from that, yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
I saw that on the Flaming Lips video, they had up to 3 people in one of these things. I mean, Luke, it's a solution in that you can go to a gig, but I mean, is it practical?
It's superb. This could bring back musicians. Lots of my friends out of work for months. You know, this is a good option. 300 people at that gig. I think it was like $100 a head. That's a bit of income for musicians, so it could well work. You never know.
I know. I mean, I know it's it's awkward and you're in bubbles, but you're at a gig. You know, these are the sacrifices.
Yeah. Well, the day I've had today, where I said to my wife, "Do you know what? I'm not tidying up anymore." Right, and so if somebody rang me and said, you know, listen, we're going to see Tommy Tiernan in Vicar Street tonight. There's the caveat: you have to go inside one of these bubbles. I'd get inside a pot of Irish stew full of piranhas with welly sweat to get out of the house. To be honest with you, I will do anything.
But you know,
if this is what it comes to, obviously rolling out a vaccine quicker would be more effective. But if this is what it is, well, yeah, it's a solution.
But can you imagine doing a comedy gig now? Your audience is all in these things. Like, it'll be weird. You have to concede. It'll be a bit odd. Well,
Claire, if you've ever been to any of my gigs, sometimes I don't get much of a reaction anyway. So it could be a bonus not to actually have to hear them. I think comedy could be difficult because obviously you're standing. You know, you want people comfortable in sitting. I do think that for outdoor gigs in Ireland, I bring one of these to a normal gig because it's always raining. Do you know what I mean? So I just don't understand how you can go to the toilet or go to the bar. Yeah,
because for the duration, you've got to be in this thing.
You're in the thing for an hour, right? They say an hour. But still, the music is beamed in. You can dance around, bounce off each other. The fans loved it. Okay, that was the thing for me. The Flaming Lips, big fan of them, by the way. They loved the gig. That was weird. I mean, it's a bit peculiar. But if you're a Flaming Lips fan, what a great solution.
And if you do need to get out, you've got little signs there.
You have little signs. So, for example, I'm in my 50s. every 20 minutes after a pint of lager.
We better show that there to camera too, so we can see. Okay, so thanks for that information. So somebody comes and
lets me out.
Takes you out.
They collect it.
It's about regression here, isn't it?
Don't drink it, Bernard, whatever you do. That's not the thing to do. And then my favourite one, which I am anyway, Claire, as you know.
Right.
I'm hot.
Okay.
Sometimes you get a bit hot, so they come over.
That can have a double meaning. What have you got there?
Well,
right. Give us a look on two. Right.
Can I have... There you go.
Can I have your number? Right, so now we're flirting in the Zorbs.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what I would have said to you, Claire, if I ever bumped into you around the nightclubs of Laois when we were going out. But we never did.
That didn't happen.
I don't think you would have given it to me, but...
What's the other one that you've got? OK, I'm thirsty, right, so that's...
Do you know, and I am thirsty. At this stage, to be honest with you, I would settle looking at people having a drink.
Yeah, but you know, at the Flaming Lips gig, they did the whole water thing as well to make sure that people were looked after.
They did, yep.
Would you have any tips, though, to make this more practical, Luke, from a science point of view, particularly when it comes to air and breathing?
Well, Wayne Coyne himself said it was safe. Every possible safety measure. The guy would come over and re-pump air into it, so give you a drink and look after you. So it was very well managed, really. End of the gig, they all rolled to the back of the theatre and went out one by one. Isn't that tremendous? So talk about an experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we think about gigs, when we think about festivals, we're a long way off, would you say?
We are, and this could be a serious stopgap in many ways. If any promoter would order 100 of the 3-man, there's 3 people ones that are bigger, you know, get 100 of those in the Olympia, band on the stage. It's not a bad alternative, is it? Until they really reopen it.
Now, I'm not a professor, but what if there's a slant and everybody goes in the one direction at the one time? Does it have to be a flat floor?
It does. Has to be a flat floor. Okay. You don't need to be a professor to understand that one, Bert. Yeah. Otherwise you all roll down towards the stage.
And if you had a few drinks, which I do like to have when I'm out, and you were, say, you know, you 2 or 3 drinks. Like,
and with 2 of your friends from primary school, you might go for a little roll in the Zorb. Is that what you're saying?
No, but like if you were, how would you get around going, like you start bumping, if I bump off at him, is it for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction?
Well, let's try it out. Come on. Move towards him there and see what happens.
We can high-five each other, can't we? Look at that, see? Human connection, isn't it?
Absolutely.
A safe human contact there, fantastic. Can I have your number? No, hang on, Brett.
Give us a sense of how easily you can move. I don't know, do you want to try and move maybe out that way and just see if you can get any movement going?
They're really easy to move in. They absolutely are, and you can see out fairly well and all that.
Yeah, it's very easy to see out.
Like outdoor gigs, I can see something like Electric Picnic. Easily, it could go ahead on a smaller level.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about indoors. I'm not.
That would take heroism for the fans to turn up, you see.
On the Flaming Lips, you met these guys, right? Before.
And I said to him, in my strongest least actions, are you getting into your big ball tonight? And 4 PR people just came and said, right, we'll take this culture away from the Flaming Lips. But he did get in the ball. And he went out in Stradbally, in Laois, into the crowd and it's amazing. And when I saw that gig online, I did notice that it is very orderly. I'm not sure if you could go to a Pogues gig in one of these. I'm not sure. Like, this very much suits what the Flaming Lips do. You know what I mean?
Well behaved.
Yes.
Well behaved, yeah. Well, look, maybe as we get through this summer, it might be something that people will consider. And these bubbles were you counted my number. They were kindly given to us by Air Max in Kilkenny, and I'm sure there are plenty of other suppliers around the place if any enterprising gig promoters wanted to get in on this idea for the summer. I'll be back with you on RT Radio 1 tomorrow morning.
And I defended your honour against Dustin.
10 o'clock. Thanks very much for watching and good night.
And Claire Byrne will be back next Monday night here on RT.